Go live. And it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we doing this lovely Mahandahay? I am fucking boiling, even though it's fucking freezing, but we've turned the heating on and there's just no goddamn in between. I'm either too goddamn hot, too goddamn cold, and I can't fucking survive. Anyway, how are you? And how are you, Mrs. Sick? I don't think you've started a stream in like the last few times for some reason.
I don't.
Something to do.
I don't start them. It's your thing.
I know you never start them. I mean, like you've not been here, and I've had to pretend that you are, and lie to my audience like a monster. Whiskey a day keeps the doctors away, especially if you throw it hard enough.
Can't help it if I'm carrying the team, you know.
The voices are back. Yeah, sorry about that. Time for me, weekly dose of Egypt food and butt stuff. I don't think we normally do butt stuff. It's alive. I mean, it's live. Indications are you need more whiskey. That's probably true. Hey, Sick, a friend has challenged me to start watching anime. This is my demand for an exhaustive list of anime to shove in my eye holes. Go. Also, she wanted me to find more for her too. Was this just a way of making you do the work for her? That's terrible, Bob Ball. Also, Bob Ball is kind of an amazing name.
Recently, I've been watching Pluto, which is pretty good.
I would arguably watch iconic shit first.
Yeah.
Don't watch parody shit first because you won't get the references. Like, I think one of the best animes that has ever existed is One Punch Man. And you can probably watch it without the context of anime tropes in general, but it'll be much more enjoyable if you understand them first. I wouldn't know what to tell you to watch first. I will say one anime that's barely an anime and just a really interesting artistic piece is Dorohedoro. That's just fucking awesome, and I really, really like it.
I'd also go with the classic ones, like Dragon Ball Z. It's pretty classic.
I wouldn't advise people to watch Dragon Ball Z.
I don't know,
because it's fucking slow.
No, but that's what got. You can watch like a bridge version.
Yeah, but as a kid, and don't watch the abridged first, because then that's just a different problem.
Yeah, but not that type of a bridge. Like
I guess there's
shortened versions. But then like Studio Ghibli stuff is a good way to start as well.
Yeah, I would say that. Studio movies is probably a good way to start. Standalone movies.
Because it gets you used to the idea of like the pacing, like a lot of animes tend to take. Like there's a lot of scenic pauses where there's like it's just raining for like 4 or 5 seconds and then it's back to the dialogue again. That's quite common.
But generally speaking, most anime movies are of higher production value, and they have less filler, or no filler usually, like if they're a good film. Whereas a TV show, fucking hell, like we've been
Dragon Ball Z is the thing that got me into Japanese animation though, because I was just fascinated. I've never seen anything like it, like the way it was, like the movements and everything. It was just so fluid compared to like cartoons that I was used to, and it was just really breathtaking to watch. Like the whole fight scenes are amazing compared to like something like things that I was watching as a kid, like Dexter's Laboratory type animation.
I tell you what you should watch as an anime: Transformers from the 80s. Perfect. Best one. Porco Rosso is the gateway drug. Also, Porco Rosso is a fucking great
Porco
film.
Rosso's really good.
Yeah, any of the good Studio Ghibli one, because the bad ones, holy shit, do they miss?
Akira's a classic, and Ghost in the Shell, yeah.
Akira's really good. No spoilers, but be prepared for shit to get weird. Like, yeah. If you know, you know. Starscream, is that the one with Planet Mice? What the fuck? Also, Devilman Crybaby is freaking amazing. I think I've heard of that one.
I think I've watched one episode of it, but then I get really distracted with a lot of shows. I always end up forgetting to watch them. Unless I get really into it very quickly, then I'll watch all of them in one go.
If you want to get depressed, watch the Japanese dorama 1 Liter of Tears. If you want lighter dorama fare, watch Densha Otoko. Or Otoko. I don't know how to say that
Otoko.
word. There you go. That's what that word is. Do you recommend subbed or dubbed? I think
Both.
that it depends on what you can tolerate.
It depends on the voice actors. It also depends on, like, because sometimes you get the Japanese version compared to the English dub is just 1,000 times better, way more emotion in it and stuff, and then you just go with subtitles. And other times the English is just
really, really good.
It's just really good compared to the Japanese, because at least you can actually, like, as long as it's raw, like, it depends how well the
That's
well
the
acted.
reason Akira is so fun. Yeah.
Depends how well acted it is.
Mid section of Akira, really, really cool. End section of Akira, what the fuck? For fun anime with crazy tournament fights involving weird powers, I recommend Yu Yu Hakusho. Best of the shonen types, in my opinion. I have heard of that personally. I have not watched it. Always go subbed. Again, I think it's personal preference. People who say there's only one way to do it are being twats. If that's how you like it and you have preference for it, fucking more power to you. I personally like it when a show is dubbed because I like to be able to pay attention to the things happening in the middle.
You prefer dubbed ones because you're a multitasker.
That's part of it.
You like to, like, be able to listen and half watch something while doing something else.
But that, like, the inverse of that is, like, I prefer the Yakuza games except for Like a Dragon, which is a weird.
Oh, that was really good though.
That has a really, really, really good dub, and now Ichiban, English Ichiban is just the only one. But yeah, like I know the upcoming Like a Dragon Gaiden, the English dub isn't going to be out on launch, and I'm like, fucking A. I was going to be like, oh, should I do one or the other? Now I don't get a choice.
English Majima does not hit the same.
English Majima is the worst. Like, no one's pulled him off yet. Dubbed Philistine.
It completely depends.
I could say the same about you.
It depends. Like, you do get a lot of English voice actors who are not they don't portray the same sort of feel and the vibe that, like, the original give, and yeah, it's just,
at the end of the day, some are good, some are bad. Sometimes you'll get a fucking a subbed that just doesn't make as much sense because they're very literal translations, and they're not properly.
That really annoys me.
If they're not properly localized, a lot of it will literally make no sense.
It's one of the things that I liked about the Studio Ghibli, because, like, my favorite movies.
Just learn Japanese.
Like, my favorite movies, Spirited Away, and like they said, like there's certain Japanese culture things in it to do with, like, mythology and things that would not translate if they did it, like, in a literal sense. It would confuse people, so they had to, like, go out of their way to do a not just a direct translation, but more of a interpretation of the language in order for English speakers to actually know what was going on in the show. So when people go out of their way to do things like that, I like that, because at least they're actually trying to blend the cultures together a little bit.
So the Ghost Stories dubbed is amazing. Is that one?
Is that the guy?
Is that one that just has the most insane dub in the history of dubs? That is worth. Like, we tried to watch that, and it is fucking hysterically insane, but it's also like it's not good. It's just nuts. So we tried, but it was a lot of work. Some subs are just plain long. Localization is key. Exactly. So saying subs is always better is kind of meaningless if it's badly done. Like it's all about some. You get different teams doing different things as well, so it can be both are good as well. Like that's like the rare fucking unicorn shit. Um, Neither the dubbed nor subbed versions of Death Note have voices that seem to match the characters, but in completely different ways. That might be intentional. Um, like there's a possibility that they wanted to give a certain feeling of unease. It's always interesting when anybody does something like that. And yeah, technically it comes off as bad, but at the same time, it's like certain video games. They say, "Oh, video games are supposed to be a power fantasy." It's like, have you played a fucking horror game? Like, Scorn is the one that comes up recently, and that is an icky, squelchy. You feel bad to play it, but you were supposed to, and that's cool. I like. It might not be very fun, but at least it elicits some sort of emotion. It's that same thing as well. There was that woman I covered who said that art is supposed to be beautiful, and I'm like, are you fucking stupid? I mean,
Like,
dumb question from me, but like,
you're
art
like,
is supposed
oh
to give
God,
emotions.
Who's that artist that I found recently? Hang on.
Speaking of dubbing, just realised that Clancy Brown.
Yeah, was it Emil Melmoth? He makes these like body horror sculptures, and they're fucking beautiful. Like they're gross as fuck, but I really like them.
That's hilarious. The Kurgan from Highlander, the bad guy from the first Highlander who gets his throat slit,
I don't remember that.
is the voice of Mr. Krabs. I can see his face perfectly.
Have I even watched that?
I don't know if you've watched Highlander. Highlander is fucking great. I don't think I have
watched Highlander.
If we haven't watched Highlander, we need to put that on the list.
Okay.
Highlander's like really good. It's very strange. Having a Spaniard played by a Scotsman who doesn't put on an accent even attempt is both ridiculous and amazing.
I think I've watched people review the movies, but I don't think I've actually watched it myself.
It's actually just like a solid movie.
Same as like The Room. I've watched multiple people review The Room, but I've never watched it myself.
Watching The Room would be hard work.
Oh, yeah, from like it's like 14 minutes of just driving around or something.
One of our favourite ways to watch just shitty movies is Cosmonaut Variety Hour. Him and his mates are fucking really good. Just some of the shit they come out with just is giggle worthy. If you've not heard of Tall Girl, watch their watch their fucking commentary on it. It's so funny. Bruce Lee dubbed. I heard that Bruce Lee was like dubbed all the time, regardless of what he was doing, even when he could speak English. I don't know. It's live. I'm live. You're live. We are live. Too many lives. It's time to get rid of some. For live action weirdness, try watching the dorama Cutie Honey with... no. Just because that's too many fucking nouns. There's too many nouns. Greetings, sir. I don't know, insert immature Spyro joke reference here because I'm a wuss. Fair enough. Finally got my wife to watch The Room just this past week. Yeah, it's all well and good. I think it would have to be some kind of watch party. It couldn't just be something, I feel, that you did on your, certainly not on your own, and maybe not even with just one other person, because there's so much to it, and I don't know. I'd like to spend my time watching something I like. Not just for ironic sake.
Horror movies are comedy without sound. I love horror movies, but the most recent ones. Oh, what did I watch now? It was The Fall of the House of Usher, and I saw this thing saying, "Oh, it's super scary," and I'm like, it's like low tier scary. There's nothing yeah, it builds up a little bit of tension in the shot, but it's just like, and it was kind of boring, really. And it's more of a detective show than it is a horror thing. And I was just, yeah, I think there's a fine line when it comes to horror that people seem to keep missing.
Certainly recently.
Yeah, recent one. I think it's because you don't want to be a trope and keep doing the same horror thing, so you try something new, but it doesn't hit the same.
I don't know. I think that they just
But you
do the same shit, and
what
that's
was
the
it?
problem.
What was the one? What we've been watching? I can't remember what it's called.
Uh,
It's a
is it
the superhero one with all the gore.
oh, Gen V.
Gen V, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that has like gory bits in it, which are actually like, oh god.
There's a few like we knew that it was likely to be coming because it's a The Boys spin-off, and if you haven't watched The Boys, it's pretty good. And it has these moments of, oh Jesus Christ, okay, thank you for that, but it often earns it. It is gory, but it's not. I don't think it's gratuitous. It's not non-stop. So when it happens, it can really.
It's actually a little bit impactful, considering how squeamish you can be.
I'm not squeamish. I like the blood and viscera. It's just I'm a little bit surprised. Every media is great if you're drunk enough. I think that's where It's So Good It's Bad phenomenon comes from. One of the funniest movies I ever saw was watching, and I'd seen it like 20 times before that, but me and I think it was you, we got very drunk and then we watched Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, it was just hysterically funny.
Yeah, it just hit right that day.
It was absolutely pissing our pants laughing. And I think it's just improved that movie overall for me. I was like...
Thing is, we still quote at each other.
You may wonder, how can wood get so hard? Have you dared watch a Neil Breen movie? No, I haven't.
Who's Neil Breen?
I can't believe you killed yourself. You must have seen that clip somewhere.
No.
Oh, it's so good. It's just look up some Neil Breen clips. They're so... He makes movies on his own. I mean, there are other people there, but it's basically just him directing and paying for it.
Oh,
and it's just
him! Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen him before.
The most fun movie I've watched in the last couple of years is Rrrr. It is insane.
Grr.
Ah.
Oh, that's on our list too.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think it's on our list.
Yeah, it
Might be
is.
on your list. It's not on my list. I can check the list, but I bet it's not there. And if it is there, I'm going to delete it.
No, don't. It looks really good.
I bet you money it's not there.
Oh, not on that one. I meant the list on Netflix.
That's your list. That's not the same as on our list. We have our list, and then we've got our own list.
I put things on there for
that
us.
are irrelevant to each other. Remember, 4 years past, the Earth is pyramid. The video is perfect, but Cersei cosplay advertising the merch, pure art. Everyone, please watch 4 years past. God, yeah, it's been a while since I did IRL sick. It's just adding an extra video just made that not feasible. At least I tried to do it for a while, and then I started getting headaches. Most violent? I don't know about that. Hyper violent, so certainly. Wait, what's not violent? I don't know. Any Toho Studios kaiju movie is automatically camp and epic simultaneously. I've been meaning to watch some fucking Godzilla movies. Especially the sort of... There's some really, really modern ones that sort of have the feeling of a guy in a big rubber suit. And it seems like a lot of fun. Grudge is not bad. Well, there's the Western Grudge, which is and then there's the original, which is supposedly you think it's way better, don't you? I've not seen either.
Sorry, I zoned out. What?
The Grudge.
Yeah, I've seen both.
American bad.
American one is dire.
I've heard that it's mid.
No, it's dire.
Okay.
Freaking what's her name? Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar. And I was like, they put her in there because of her name, but the way she must have been directed or something was terrible. Her acting in that was so bad. I was just I was embarrassed for her.
Would I ever go to the haunted house that has the Annabelle doll? YIU could easily destroy that scam. A poor
Is
guy
that the
got
guy?
emotionally abused.
It's a guy who collects he collects haunted things. And I'm sure the guy like scammed some people out of money or something, selling their story.
Come on, Sick. Watch Rur. Where else are you going to see a guy throw a leopard at another guy? I mean, I'm kind of sold. In terms of the haunted house thing, like I'd go to haunted houses, but I don't think they'd let me in because I just fucking I'll be heckling from the outside. Sir, you're going to ruin the experience for everyone else. But yeah. Hello, certain lady 6. Sorry, I'm late. What terrible thing are we discussing today? Movies, worst thing ever. All sorts of different movies. Shh. A brief spoiler: Sussex merch store with the dude himself in full cosplay just watched the Earth's pyramid. Okay, calm down, Sakara Mochi. Calm. Japanese Grudge is much better. That's what I hear.
Yes, it is. It's actually good.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. See, that's a movie. Also, is there one with Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or something like that?
Yeah.
And then there's just the one about Christmas trees.
Yeah.
And there's one with a wheel.
Wheel.
I'm pretty sure I can't remember if that one's a joke.
There was a movie
or
where
that's a real B movie.
I can't remember what it is now, but they're like the cars or trucks come to life and they start chasing people.
Yeah.
They're like possessed or something. I remember watching. I was a kid when I watched that. I thought it was the weirdest fucking horror movie I've ever seen. I'm like, this is so weirdly bad, but I can't stop watching it.
I don't know, but I feel like it, with the correct budget at least, it could be quite easy to make a stupid, pretty entertaining. You have to play the whole thing straight.
Are there any anime about ancient Egypt? What about Prince of Egypt?
God fucking damn it. But like all you have to do, you make a movie about some inanimate object coming to life and killing people, and each of the deaths you have to give them an original death, and it has to be really fucking over the top and like getting worse and worse all the way through, and the rest of it just fucking writes itself. Horror movies aren't scary.
Maximum
Change my mind.
Overdrive. That was it. Yeah.
I don't want to change your mind. I have no interest. I've never thought horror movies aren't scary. There's movies that give tension, like a really tense movie. Things that I wouldn't say they scare me, but like bother me in movies, and it's always bothered me. And it's kind of a trope. We're searching through the offices of the baddies in the dark, and then someone walks past the door and their shadow gets shown. Like, those kinds of scenes bother the shit out of me. It's probably because I have major anxiety problems.
What bothers me is when there's like multiple sort of different story bits all happening in the same scene. And I can't keep up with it, and that makes me anxious. And also, tense when scenes are really tense as well. I have to pause and walk away for a bit and come back later because it just, yeah. I get very immersed very easily into things like that.
I like a good tense scene.
I hate it. I have to leave.
Silly question. Hey, would you rather have a beer with a flat earther for 6 hours or watch all 2 seasons of Care Bears and Cousins in a marathon? I'd rather have a beer with a flat earther. You know that flat earthers don't necessarily talk about the flat earth, right? I mean, they probably bring it up a lot, but if you don't bring it up, they won't fucking talk about it. And you're having beers. Just steer the conversations. We've all had conversations with people that we didn't particularly want to, or to talk about something we didn't want to. And you just say, if you don't shut the fuck up about this, I'm going to blow my goddamn brains out. And they often stop.
Oh, 1408, that was pretty good. I remember that one. With it, oh no, Zach, no, The Happening.
The original Steve McQueen,
not
The Blob.
Happening. The Happening is so bad.
What's happening?
Do you remember the one? It had Matt Damon.
No, I was making a joke.
Do you remember the one though? It had
care.
It had Matt Damon in it, and it was.
Is that the one with the really bad Matt Damon acting?
It was.
Isn't it a fucking?
It was
not
the
Shia
trees.
LaBeouf, the other one.
Right, the trees made people kill each other.
I mean, trees do that.
And it was so fucking bad.
Watched Poltergeist when I was 8. Haven't slept since. I've told it before, but the a movie that got to me when I was very young was Dawn of the Dead, mostly because of fucking milk float. You know, one of those electric milk delivery vehicles drove past the house and they make a really weird noise. So I had convinced myself that someone was drilling into the house. I hadn't convinced myself that zombies were drilling into the house, which would have been more appropriate. But yeah, don't stay up late at night and watch fucking zombie movies. It fucks with you when you're a little kid.
Matt Wahlberg, not Matt Damon. Same name.
Mark Wahlberg.
They look kind of similar though. They both like
You've
white guys.
always been unable to tell the difference between
No,
those
I
two
can't.
actors.
They're just two white guys who look the same. It's really hard.
I recently found out YouTube videos can not only be taken down for copyright, but also for defamation. I mean, you have to be defamatory, I guess. I mean, defamation is like relatively difficult to prove. So, yeah. But they can be taken down for lots of things. And it's good that there's a system in place for that. Like, if you go online and start telling lies about people, and it can fuck up their life, you'd want to have the facility to do that. So that's good. I don't know if you're saying that it's not good. Hey, I watched Care Bears and Cousins when I was still on Saturday mornings. I even had a grumpy bear. Fair. I think we all had a grumpy bear deep down inside.
A grumpy bear sounds like a shit.
The grumpy bear was the friends we made
It's
along
like,
the way.
What happened? I just had a grumpy bear. Don't go in there.
A movie set builder creates a killer helicopter that shoots tech screws at the production team and tortures the first ad with terrible craft food. AD, sorry. Yeah, that's just every movie, isn't it? The 1961 version of The Haunting is the one where you never see any ghosts or monsters or anything, and yet is really scary. I mean, that's the way to do it.
After Earth. I'm sure that's the one that we went to the cinema to watch. With the aliens.
No. That's fucking.
What did we go?
That was 2012.
Was it?
That's the one with alien angels.
That was really
That
bad.
one was.
That was so bad.
The visuals on that were great.
Yeah.
It gets
But it's just like I remember we were leaving.
The ending is fucking stupid.
I remember we were leaving the cinema and just me and you were just like. I think my ex was there.
Yep.
Yeah. And I just started talking to you about it because me and you agreed that it was a crap movie.
It's an absolutely
but
garbage
he liked
movie.
it.
So I had the experience of playing Oblivion and getting a zombie jump scare. I had the experience of having the fucking fighting music turn up in Oblivion, and I couldn't see any enemies. I was on top of a tower, and I eventually discovered a lone mud crab slowly making its way up the stairs towards me, and I absolutely pissed myself laughing for hours after that. I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever fucking seen. YouTube is the most double-standard hypocrite there is. I think YouTube is probably just very, very fucking difficult to run.
YouTube is overly cautious, I would say.
Yeah. They do make stupid decisions. Don't get me wrong.
Like,
they make some fucked up decisions.
Thing is, though, is that they, like, from their perspective, yeah, they kind of have to be cautious.
Well, there's cautious. They do make actual fucking ridiculous decisions.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of the shit that is just, what are they? You got to understand, like, it's like 500 hours of content a minute. Like, what the fuck would you do?
The last time I saw it was...
I give them a little bit of a break. You don't have to give them all the break, but give them a little bit of a break.
I thought last time I checked it was like 900 hours worth of content.
I don't know, but the last I remember was 500 a minute or something like that. There was a point at which it was like a year's worth every day, and that seemed like a fucking huge deal. Only movie that ever gave me nightmares as a kid was Watership Down. Fucking hell.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's up?
How many videos uploaded to YouTube every day? Around 3.7 million.
Okay, but how many hours worth of content? Because a lot of that...
271,330 hours of video.
A day?
Yeah, with an average of 4.4 minutes for
Yeah.
videos. That is so much.
Airplane was like that for comedy. Playing it straight got Leslie Nielsen because he was a dramatic actor who could play it straight. Yeah, he's always been like that. Like Leslie Nielsen is one of the most expensive um, comedy actors to hire for anything, and he's not a comedy actor. It's kind of fucking brilliant. False copyright strikes not taking down racist comments whilst taking down my refutations of said racism. Yeah, it's broken. That doesn't make it hypocritical. That makes it broken. They're not doing that on purpose. They're doing that out of fuck up. It's Hanlon's razor. Don't attribute to malice, which can equally be explained by stupidity or incompetence. Likelihood is they, like I said, they definitely do things that are bad and wrong and shouldn't do, but 99% of what they do is just a broken thing, and you just have to learn to play around the brokenness of it. The Abominable Snowman, 1958. Monster makes a cameo at the end. All kinds of atmospheric.
I love it when there's like you'd never see the monster, and it's just constant built-up tension for ages and ages and ages. I love those ones because it's an actual genuine fear. Because it's on the fear of the unknown thing. It actually works really well on me. So when you get like movies and they just like bam, there's the monster. I'm like, all right, that's it. It's over now.
The number of videos getting uploaded to YouTube is probably only going to increase
Oh
with
yeah.
all the videos being made by AI tools. That there's kind of a concern for that. Although I know that they are going to start using better. Like one of the flip sides of AI is that there'll be almost certainly better ways to compress. So, delivering it might not be as...
Do you reckon that at a certain point they're going to have to start culling off old material?
No. YouTube never lets anything go.
Or they're just going to buy more servers?
Well, you've got to remember that Google is just data. What they do is they compress it to fuck, and they put it on their sort of long-term storage servers. There's just stuff that they stop presenting to people in general. And eventually...
so it's more like an archive then?
Yeah. Like, some new video, if you click on it, it instantly loads. But if it's something that hasn't been loaded in years, then if you click on it, it will take a little bit. It's still pretty quick, but comparatively speaking, it's not as fast. And I think that they just build more and more data servers. I think what's going to happen, one of the things I saw, and I don't know if it's still even a thing, but some company was selling radiators, which were actually just servers that you plugged into your house.
Right.
And then the waste heat you got to use as heat in your house.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I don't know if that carried on. But in a cold country where you always need heat, that's like a great idea. I know a lot of the waste heat gets used and dumped into other things. Yeah, I don't know. It is only going to get more insane before it gets better. There might be a thing where that is the other thing to think about AI, is that it might kind of sort of go away, not completely, but a lot of these AI companies are starting to sort of feel the burn, and their tools that cost money to run might sort of dissipate. So the AI made content, it will definitely be coming, and it will be coming from somewhere. But if you don't have your own ability to like run some sort of server, it might not do anything. Might take 3 seconds instead of 0.00003 seconds. So there's hope for me. Yeah. I mean, it's not a huge difference, but it is still technically there. And I don't know. In the future, it might get bigger. It might get smaller. I don't know. Let's mine Bitcoin and help heat houses at the same time. Yeah, but the problem with Bitcoin is it has no intrinsic value. So I don't know when that's going to stabilize and actually be a useful thing, but yeah.
Well, a lot of people ruin crypto though for people.
Well, yeah, with crypto, it was just people being scam artists about
Yeah.
it. And there'll be scam artists about absolutely fucking everything that they could possibly do, so yeah. Hello, Mr. Sick and Lady Mrs. Sick.
Thanks.
I definitely prefer Lady Mrs. Sick because it's funny. They call me Mr. Sick.
It's just like daddy's sick.
I swear I wrote that even in a joke in one of my recent videos.
Probably. It does seem like something you would say.
I know stock image sites are regretting AI images because they take up so much space for so little downloads. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some point where it at least sort of balances out. The people generating the garbage might find, diminishing returns on just spamming out tons and tons of shit. I know, like, the really weird thing about AI stuff is that I've already been accused of being an AI, which is just fucking weird. Like, my voice has only gotten better over the years, and as much as AI generative voices sound like the person doing it, they also don't have the same performative quality. So I've never heard one that I didn't think was pretty obvious if I was very used to the person. Thank you, Duck Dog. I do enjoy a good penis. With the cost of Nvidia's AI cards, a lot of companies are sinking way too much cash. I mean, they will do. I agree with, I think it was Linus, that a lot of AI stuff will start to become internalized, and that any AIs in the future, sort of large language model types anyway, are more likely to be run off of private things, because you have to give them quite a lot of information. There's people who were fucking putting in like company secrets, and it's like, are you fucking mad? Like, all I use AI for is I ask it if it's got any good titles for videos. It gives me really shit titles, but one of them might inspire a better one.
I ask it for information about Egypt.
I also use it if I am not sure I've understood a topic, and it will give you good starting points. But yeah, but don't give the public ones important information, because it's just giving it straight back to it. Okay, who has 46 minutes for Sir Six's first piss break in the video? I don't even need the toilet. Pwned. I watched a pre-viz CGI sequence of a scene, worrying how good just a rough draft can be. My job's safe for now. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. We don't really know. There's a line graph thing, and I can't remember what it's called. But a technology is either near the start, which means holy shit, shit's about to get wild. It's going up and it shoots up like crazy, or that we're at the top and it's going to stay flat for a while. Like smartphones. When the iPhone first came out, and then everybody basically just did that, and there was loads and loads and loads of push and new fucking things and tech and all this shit. And now
It's slowing
you
down.
buy
Yeah.
any smartphone, it's going to be the same thing as pretty much any other. Yeah, there are differences, but it's not the same. So yeah, like any technology does that. Like every technology does that. Crypto is literally just a glorified Excel sheet that uses crowdsourced processing. It's inherently less than worthless. Effectively, like, I've seen use cases, but yeah, like, don't think that it's necessarily the future, at least not yet. But the seed of piss has been planted. I give it 5 minutes. That's not how that works. And anybody who says I'm going to piss in the next 5 minutes, if I don't go for a piss, You owe me super chats.
See,
I think that's fair.
I just have this image in my head of what a piss seed would be, and it's basically like a balloon that just absorbs water from the surrounding area,
I thought it would be
and then
like
eventually it just pops.
a piss crystal or like a pistol.
A piss crystal.
Yes. And it just grows in your penis. And
What?
no, that's a gallstone.
That's a urinary tract infection, isn't it?
Server farm built server farm built into a reactor for steam generators, Bitcoin mining is making them annoying. The best estimate for YouTube is that they have roughly 1 to 1.5 exabyte data stored as of September 2023. Per day, there's around 2.5 exabytes of data created worldwide. So that's a lot. that's
Oof.
yeah. It's one of the things to really wonder about is where everything is going to be kept. I mean, a lot of stuff is gone. Like, there are servers that are gone and will never come back, and that is literally lost information. But if it's with Google, it's probably still there. If someone makes a correct prediction, can we call them Pistradamus? Yes, that's what they win. If they lose, give me your money.
It needs to turn the taps on. What?
Well, you know that she would not benefit from making me go for a piss. A, she doesn't like being on her own on the stream, and B, if I earn money, she earns money.
I'm not leaving the taps on. That's wasteful.
There's that too. Piss seed is the nucleation, like with rain. Fair enough. What is your time zone, Sessic? Gumped. I think it's just normal Gumped now.
You go in Google.
It was Gumped +1.
You go Google and you type in Brit Bong time, right?
Yeah.
And then it'll come up.
This is a very pissy stream. Are people just trying to make me need a piss? Because hearing the word piss doesn't make me need to piss. Even hearing running water doesn't make me piss.
No, that doesn't.
This isn't like yawning.
No, like even with
where you're all yawning now.
Yeah, but even with yawning, it doesn't work with me.
You're just so yawny, all of you.
I don't know.
I don't hear piss and then go, oh, I need to piss.
People used to do this for me all the time because when they would yawn to try and make me yawn, it doesn't work until I had kids, and when they do it, now it affects me. It's the first time I've actually experienced it, and it's really weird.
Now I need a piss break. The only way that works is if you somehow didn't know you needed a piss.
Well, yeah, that happens to me.
But I'm very, very aware. You're telling a cat to go for a piss.
Babe.
Yes.
Are you like very aware of when you need to piss?
When I need a piss, yes.
Because I don't realise until it's really bad.
Generally speaking, if I need a piss, I know.
It takes me a while.
Otherwise, I'd piss myself. The future of piss chats.
What about a tinkle? Seeing as that's what I have to do. I have to do tinkle checks because I'm very unaware of when I need to pee.
Since I'm on midterm from uni, here, have my bus fare. You know you might need that for food, right? God damn it. Unless you are,
students just giving it away.
I mean, I'm just going to spend it on what you would have spent it on. So, it swings and roundabouts. You are now manually breathing. No, I've stopped. Can't get Star Trek computers if we don't figure out AI. Mass Effect calls it virtual intelligence. V. Sick doesn't need a piss because I've stolen all his whiskey. I mean, wait, where's that gone? Oh, there it is. No, never mind. It's still there. We're good. We're good. Diapers now for real men and drunks. I peed. I hope you didn't pee yourself. You should pee on other people. They like it.
What?
Who? Oh, wait, no, I'm not the cat. She likes to piss on people.
Yeah, she likes to pee on everything.
She's been very pee recently. It's really, quite annoying.
Really fucking annoying.
Every time she sits down on us, we're like, are you trying to have a piss? Fucking get off.
Yeah, the amount, like doubled the washing amount thanks to her.
A picture was taken of a worker in a brewery in China peeing on the malt. I guess he misunderstood. You can't even organize a piss up in a brewery. Fair. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's yeast in piss. So, you know.
I guess it. Not really.
I think there's a tiny amount of yeast in piss.
I guess
think that's a thing.
It depends what you eat, I guess. I have to look this up now.
Whiskey intelligence. I mean.
The yeast in a pea.
I predict Sir Sick will wait precisely 5 seconds after ending the stream to get up and void his bladder.
Symptoms of yeast in the urine. Yeast! And if you have yeast in your urine, you will get fever, chills, flanked pain, burning sensations during and the urine will be cloudy and foul smelling.
Isn't pee always foul smelling?
Apparently, it's a sign of a bladder infection. So no, you're not supposed to have yeast in your urine.
So he might have yeast in his pee. There you go. So it's just adding to the beer. The cat is like, psst, right, you belong to me now. I guess if we're constantly telling the cat to go psst, 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 she's like, okay then. Matt Powell urinates on Sir Sick because he's taking the piss. I hope that doesn't happen. Not allowed to drink alcohol. Having to drink Heineken 0. There is no point living anymore. I don't get alcohol-free beer. Just have a tasty drink instead. I guess if you like beer, but no one likes beer. Ginger ale's good
for that. Is like if you feel like you want to have like a drink that makes you feel like you're drinking, but you're not, ginger ale's pretty good.
Whatever you do, don't have alcohol-free whiskey. It doesn't taste like any whiskey ever.
It's gross.
It's pretty gross. I really didn't like it.
Yeasty Urine does sound like a terrible band name. It sounds like a punk band, yeah.
Unless you're brewing piss beer. I think it's called Piss Fusser. Miss me with that whiskey. Well, I wasn't aiming for you. I was aiming for my mouth. Thinking if you piss out of the tallest building on Earth, will gravity kill someone below?
If you pee off of a really tall building, wouldn't it like kind of just...
It would feel like rain.
No, but wouldn't it just like kind of disperse in the air though?
Yeah, and feel like rain.
Yeah, but would it actually fall, or would it just get like turned into vapor in the air?
I guess it depends how warm it is. I think if it was really cold, it would probably
Can you
go
make
all
a
the way
piss
down.
cloud?
Yeah, I don't... If you pee off of a tall building, it just turns into a big yellow cloud.
Piss dissipation.
Disappear.
Pistipation.
Who remembers the Yeasty Girls? Is that like the Beastie Boys? Is that fucking awful? What's this about free whiskey? There's no free whiskey. There's only whiskey that's for me. Beer Whiz Peer. Yes, it's a real brand. No, it has maximum terminal velocity, not being lethal. Yeah. Isn't there the thing that people are like, oh, if you chuck a penny off of a building, it'll kill someone? And it's like, no, it won't. It will just hurt.
Yeah.
It would like donk you on the head and you'd be like, ow. The fuck was that? Piss beer equals Budweiser. The terminal velocity of urine would not facilitate the unaliving of a human. And I think that's how we know there is no God. Piss doesn't kill people from the top of buildings.
Cumulus nimbus, piss nimbus.
Nimbus. If you can't say anything nice, come and sit next to me and we can make off the humans together. Make fun of the humans together. I missed the word fun. Yeah, good brain. Good brain. It would on Jupiter. What if you pooed on Jupiter and then it would be Poopiter and then you would really win?
I thought Jupiter was a vagina.
No, Jupiter has a vagina because Roger is a madman. It's an unlucky day.
So it isn't one, it has
First
one.
you get hit by a penny and then you look up to see what happened and the piss hits you. Damn. I mean, you throw the coin off first and then you take a
Oh
leak.
no, pisticles.
I thought it was bicycles. Tonight's stream is a real pisser. Yeah, I don't know how we got onto piss, but oh, that was right. Some of you owe me money. I don't even need a piss. Piss on people off a building is funny, but
It's sort of like acid rain.
I guess it depends how acidic your piss is. I
Urine.
mean, I'm pretty sure urine is
Urine, yeah.
urine. Yeah, the police get very mad when you pee on them off of buildings, especially when it's a police station. Then they get really mad. What if the building was really tall and the piss stream froze into a yellow ice lance? Well, I don't think that's how like rain works. Also, if you watch piss in slow motion, it is just lots of separated blobs. There is no piss stream. There is just unbelievable amounts of individual blobs of piss.
Oh my god, that like when when the fleas get me, the fleas. Oh god.
The fleas.
Yeah, my autistic sensory overload went into overdrive last week. I got bitten in the foot by a mosquito. It's central. Yeah, when the fleas attack me, because they never attack you.
The cat brings fleas home sometimes, and we have to spray the little bastard.
They attack me. I get like all over my
We
legs.
don't know
and
that
it's
there's
so
any fleas
painful.
until her.
So I can't focus on anything else. It's just so itchy.
I think the cat is gaslighting her because no one else has noticed them.
No one else gets bitten except me.
Where does rain come from? It's a pistery. Fuck's
Oh my
sake.
god.
I always thought it was God pissing into a sieve. Because that's what I would do if I was God. I'd be like, fuck you guys. I was very surprised how into water sports this fandom is. This isn't fucking water sports. Talking about piss and how funny it is and getting a sexual kick out of people urinating on them is not the same thing. If you piss off a building in frosty weather, it will freeze on the way down. I mean, it might turn into piss flakes.
Oh, like in Canada, you know, when they throw like a ball of water in the air and it just turns into snow.
Yeah.
So would the same thing happen with pee?
Oh my god, that sounds horrifying.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty bad.
I think it has to be boiling though, and as hot as my piss is, it's rarely boiling. Really boils my piss.
Just pee boiling out of you. That's horrible.
I feel that would do you some harm. This gives new meaning to the term live stream. Yeah, I've already thought of that joke. I just didn't make it because I respect myself. That's not true. 100 people watching. You know, one of them is enjoying this chat a little too much.
Yes, I'm very well aware it's an allergic reaction. I'm allergic to fleas, but at the same time.
Oh, I thought you were talking about piss.
Well, yeah, I'm allergic to piss as well. But I'm very well aware it's an allergic reaction. But and all I have to do is take antihistamines and then it goes away. But then it'll come back again like a couple hours later. So it just feels kind of pointless. And I fucking hate taking pills.
What's the difference between priests and Woody from Toy Story? Woody goes limp when a child walks into the room.
Jesus Christ.
Is it Monday already? I mean, it's starting to become not Monday anymore. Very late.
Feels like a Monday.
Don't eat yellow snow. Why wouldn't you eat the delicious lemon-flavored snow, John Smith? You should try it. I am actually allergic to piss. Like, are you allergic to you inside yourself or when you accidentally pee on yourself? Because I've got a solution to that. Don't piss on yourself. Now you're in trouble. Yes, I've made some as a kid. The water has to be very hot and the air very cold, but it is a bit of fun. Did you try it with piss? I mean, what you could do is you could pee in a bucket and then go and boil it. But then you get funny looks from the neighbours.
This is getting out of hand. Like, if you really want to make yellow snow, Like, oh, I'm going to pee, but then I'm going to put it in the kettle and boil it. And then put it in a bowl and then wait for a really cold day.
Make a piss cloud and then watch it just go over your neighbour's house.
Oh my god.
Of course, knowing chat's like, they do it and it just come back in their face. Get chased around your house by a piss cloud. Oh, that would be not great. It's actually nutritious once you pick out the hairs. Oh my god. Watch out where the huskies go and don't eat that yellow snow or the brown chocolate mini donuts they leave. Those are the worst. Please leave me alone. Try eating more garlic, perhaps. And rosemary is good for itching. I do like garlic, though. Nom nom nom.
Yeah, I like garlic.
You only like garlic because it's got actual flavour.
Yeah, I can actually taste it. Yeah.
Piss allergy is a skin thing. My skin will bubble like it got slightly burned. So I have to be very careful peeing.
Oh, yeah, that's a proper allergic reaction.
Yeah, just don't piss on yourself. I guess you've got to shake it as well. Maybe dab. Is writing your name in the snow a thing in England? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think writing your name in the snow is universal. My mum, that's the piss kettle.
No, Mum. Please don't make a cup of tea with that one.
It's explaining it to a future spouse that's the really hard bit. You know, your mum has to...
Yeah, in November, we're very well aware of those types of people. Not just drinking and bathing it, they like pour it in their eyes and stuff.
Yeah, I did. There's a video called it's got a thumbnail that's the Piss Wizard, and that was a very, very hard video to write.
Yeah.
And then we had a conversation afterwards where people who like to just put piss on themselves. I think she was drinking piss and said, "Oh, I don't have cancer. It must be because I drank the piss. I just got so angry." So, you wouldn't have gotten the cancer if you hadn't been drinking piss, you fucking asshole. What was your favourite sick stream? The one where they talk about piss. I mean, fair. It's harder in Japanese or Arabic. Wait, what is?
For
your
writing
penis?
your name in the snow.
Oh, right. Not if you fucking know those languages. It's probably...
You do some hieroglyphs.
It's probably pretty easy. You can whip it out, shake it. You can do a little dance, but you never get that last drop out until you put it in your pants. Trying to explain this to Mrs. Sick. There's a bit of piss that likes to hide in the foreskin, and unless you pull it, well, if you have a foreskin, some of you are like, "What's a foreskin?" But if you have one, the pee likes to stick in there. So if you really want to dry it out, you have to pull it back, and then you wipe it on the curtains, and that's
I still think you should strengthen your pelvic floor, though.
It took me several hours just to process that it wasn't satire when I learned about those folks. How is the pelvic floor going to help me not have pee in under the foreskin that's made it there and stuck to my cock?
It strengthens your ability to hold it.
And when I say under the foreskin, it's like the nib. It literally, it's not going to make any difference. I could pee out hard as I want. There was a British flat earther who does things with urine. Can't recall her name.
That's a show. I have a 5 skin.
A 10 skin. 2 times is shaking, 3 times is playing. Why, thank you, Tinkleberry. If your foreskin is really loose, is it a 5 skin? No, I think it's if it's really tight and you just have like the end sticking out and it's like bright purple. You should see a doctor, probably. Fartman trying to bring back official court jesters. I mean, can you imagine an actual court jester?
Can you imagine, like, oh, it's someone's birthday party. Do you want to get a stripper? No, let's get the fartman in.
Let's get a farter. Anyway, speaking of, it's time for me to go for a piss, apparently. And if I don't, you're all terrible, but you're not going to know because it's time to end the stream and I'll catch you all later. but you'll never know.